Coach, we just long day, obviously here at the stadium. Not the result, but just get your thoughts on the game and how things went today.
Yeah, just a bittersweet ending to the season. Just really proud of the kids for competing. And our guys pitched their tail off today. Difficult for the rain delay, sitting around, and came out and found a way to score a run against, their best guy. And we had opportunities, and really was just going to come down to who made the mistake or who got the big hit. And both teams had chances out about every inning, it felt like, and they just were able to get the big one. But I'm just proud of the kids. I mean, they just competed their tails off today. We talked about just leaving it all on the field. We got off to a rough start, and but we didn't give up. I think it would have been really easy after the second inning to just mail it in. And we found a way to fight all the way back, with some big hits, but McCabe and again, I mean, we just kept getting guys on there and extras, and I think 3 out of the 4 innings or whatever it was, we had guys on and just couldn't get the big hit. Had chances and just didn't go our way today. It was a well played game by both teams, and unfortunate to be on the losing end.
Okay, we'll start with questions from here in the room, please.
Coach, just more on the pitching, Ben, Kyle, Dom.
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job. Ben has pitched well the last couple outings and gave him the ball and pitched his tail off, gave us a chance. We were getting close to the end there, just knew that 100 pitches was probably his limit. Starts cramping in his calf, but he just pitched his tail off and gave us a chance. And we didn't do much to help him early, and then Najir came in and did a tremendous job. And then Kramer comes in and just, longest outing of the year, pitched his tail off and did a great job. And Dom the same. Some big outs and, just unfortunate that we couldn't get a hit somewhere in there to try to give us a chance to win it.
Can you talk a little bit about what's being said in the locker room? When you guys you go in during the rain delay, you're just giving up that run. They still have an unbanned scoring position. What's being said for you guys to go back out there and play the game?
I don't really know. I stayed in the dugout the entire time they were in the locker room. So, but I know that when we came out, we were ready to go. The kids had a lot of energy and we're ready. So whatever they did, it was working.
Up in this one, the unearned runs.
Yeah.
Back to coaching.
Yeah, I mean, just some routine plays that we just didn't make. And again, that was, the second inning was it's just what their offense is. They're going to put pressure on you and then and try to get some guys on and then hope one of their big guys is able to do damage and score big innings. Like that's just the MO. So we played right into it by not being able to play catch and then just obviously in the last inning, the same thing. So unfortunate that the guys just couldn't pick up the arms because they were doing such a good job out there competing and stuff. So
you mentioned it a little bit in your opening monologue there, but can you talk a little bit about the team's ability to overcome that 5-run deficit and come back?
Yeah, I mean, we knew there was no tomorrow, and again we've been down. We've given up big innings a lot this year and been down and found ways to come back and give ourselves a chance or win the game. And so it was no different than what we practiced all year. So we knew we were going to roll over, and proud of the kids for just competing again and just finding a way to get back in the game. And then just be able to continue it all the way through the last inning. So especially after the rain delay. So it was just a great job of competing. We just, again, they made a couple more plays than we did and got the big hit that we couldn't get.
Typical Ben McCabe game.
Yeah, just a huge home run, extends his by pitch record and just finds a way to get on base 5 times. And I wish they could have split the award between him and Brock for player of the year, because I felt like he really deserved it and just has had an amazing career and just been such a big part of our program. And has really turned himself into a really, really good baseball player and somebody that's just worked, cares a lot about the program, has turned into such a great leader, and it just made, obviously caught his tail off this year after just not getting a lot of opportunities to catch, just with the Tommy John surgery and obviously being behind Crouch a couple of years ago. So just proud of him. I mean, just a lot of big defensive plays that he made. I mean, he throws a guy out, which was huge, and Just blocking balls and runners at third base. I mean, just an all around great season and a great career here. And, this program is going to miss him mightily.
What's your biggest takeaway from both this tournament as well as this entire season?
Yeah, I mean, we just overcame a lot of drama, a lot of things that were out of our control, a lot of layers, things that were just unfortunate. The rough couple weeks there in the middle of the season. But then just again, I mean, it starts with the pitching coach leaving, Christmas time and just having to do that. And I mean, it was just a lot of things that we had to try to overcome. And, we just unfortunately just couldn't do enough. But it's great to see, guys breaking the record for home runs and just competing every day. And again, we just felt like we had a lot of wins on the table with just not enough arms and just weren't able to do enough. But again, it wasn't for a lack of fight or lack of compete. And, I think we showed that today. And again, just kind of a little bit of a microcosm of we just fought like crazy. It just wasn't enough.
Just go to the Zoom real quickly. We'll go to Eric Lopez, please.
Coach, all the arms you threw today, was that by design or did you have to make adjustments either with Vespi there or with the weather delay?
I mean, we were just going to go to our guys. I mean, we threw, our three best, obviously. We didn't know what we were going to get out of Ben. Just obviously just got off to a bad start just with the arm stuff and just finally got going here late in the year and back to his old self. And so, I mean, we really didn't know what to expect, but he did a great job, went out there and competed. We just didn't give him any help and gave us everything that he had. And then obviously we were going to go to Najir and Kramer and just ride him as long as we possibly could. Najir hurt his knee last week. And so, it was a little touch and go yesterday and just said he was going to go out there and give us what he had. And, he said he felt pretty good. It was starting to bother him a little bit. And then obviously we knew when he was going to go sit around and we knew the delay was going to be long. We knew that he probably wasn't going to be able to come back out. So we had to go to Kramer and, he, obviously has got off to, first 90% of the season was such a great year. And you got a little rough patch there at the end, just I think running out of gas. And we tried to baby him here the last 2 weeks just to make sure he's ready for this week. And throw 3 2/3 and 60 pitches just out of the norm. Just really proud of him for going out there and just laying it out on the line. I mean, that's what we talked about before the game. Just put it all out there and whatever happens is going to happen. But just don't let it be because we didn't put everything out there. So I'm just proud of him. I mean, again, those three guys and even Dom, I mean, he's been a big part of everything, but they gave us a shot to win the game and we just couldn't do enough.
Okay. The last one from Bryson, please.
Coach, you had Ben McCabe and Nick Romano step up with big hits to extend the game. You've been with them through their entire careers here since they first started. What was it like for you to be able to see them step up like they did and what ended up being their last game?
Well, again, I mean, what we talked about all year was just the number of home runs that we hit. I mean, you expect 23 and 24-year-olds to be able to handle moments and to be able to do things that they've been taught for the last 4 or 5 years. So just to see both those guys grow, mature, overcome injuries, Tommy John, ACL, just become leaders and Rose had just a rough go and McCabe too, just not being able to catch, having to play first base and hide him last year, so nobody knew that his arm was torn. But then just to be able to continue offensively to have the growth and then, I mean, again, those are two guys that when the game's on the line and you got a chance, you're going to walk up to the plate because they have the experience, the work ethic. They've been in those moments. They've had a ton of opportunities, a ton of college at bats, and obviously have the age to be able to be mentally tough enough to handle, be able to slow the game down and put together good bats. They did a lot of that all year and this week.
Coach, thanks for your time today.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.